Hello, good morning viewers. This is the question I posted on my Facebook page yesterday, which says if 3 is a root of this quadratic equation, x squared minus kx plus 42 equal to 0, we are asked to find the value of this k, which is the coefficient of the middle term. We are also asked to find the second root. So many people use the method of substitution to solve this problem, but I believe there is a method simpler than that, and I want you to rate me on this. Okay, when we say root, it means one of the solutions after solving the quadratic equation. So if 3 is one of the roots, it means that if you solve this quadratic equation, one of the values of x will be equal to 3. So x will be equal to 3 after solving this quadratic equation. And if x is equal to 3, this implies that x minus 3 will be equal to 0. And therefore, x minus 3 is one of the factors of this quadratic equation. All right, we know probably we are expecting 2 factors, and this is one of them. So how can we come up with another factor? All right, we can let x plus a to be another factor, such that if you take this factor and this factor, multiply them together, you're going to obtain this initial quadratic equation. And that is what we are going to do. I relate the terms together. So now let us multiply the 2 factors together. We have x minus 3, which is the first factor given to us, multiplied by this x plus a, which I come up with. This will be equal to x multiplied by x is equal to x squared. X multiplied by a is equal to ax. Then negative 3 multiplied by x is going to be negative 3x. And finally, negative 3 multiplied by a is going to give us negative 3a. What I mean by taking x plus a as a factor, this implies that in the end, we can set this to be equal to 0, and x will be equal to negative a, where negative a is going to be our second root. If 3 is the first root, negative a will be the second root. So now we are going to find the value of a and k simultaneously. But you can see these 2 middle terms contain x, so we can factor out the x. This is equal to x squared plus a minus 3 multiplied by x minus 3a. Now we are free to relate the terms together. This is the original quadratic equation we are having, so let me bring it down. We have x squared minus kx, then plus 42. You know, each of this will be equal to 0. All right, what is the coefficient of x in the second equation? It is just negative k. So therefore, this negative k will be equal to the coefficient of x in the first equation, which is a minus 3. A minus 3. We have no problem with the first terms because you can see they are exactly the same. We are only interested in the second and the third terms. And from the second term, you can see the constant is 42. And here our constant is negative 3a. So we can say that negative 3a from the first equation will be equal to this 42. So we have formed 2 equations which are very simple to solve. Let us start with equation 2. All right. From equation 2, you can see that negative 3a is equal to 42. If we divide both sides by the coefficient of a, which is negative 3, we shall obtain the value of a. and a will be equal to 42 divided by negative 3, and this is equal to negative 14, because 3 can go into 42 14 times, but this contains a negative sign. Okay, from equation 1 you can see negative k is equal to a minus 3. We have just obtained the value of a as negative 14. We can plug it back into this first equation to get the value of k as required. Negative k, from that equation, let me write it. From equation 1, negative k equals a minus 3, negative 14 minus 3, and negative k will be equal to negative 17, because negative 14 negative 3 is negative 17. Multiply both sides by this negative sign, k will be equal to 17. So you can see we have just obtained the value of k as required. We are asked to find the value of k. And second thing we are asked to find is the second root, and this is going to be our second root. X is equal to negative a. The second root because the first root is 3 is given from the question. The second root will be x equal to negative a, and a is negative 14. Negative multiplied by negative is positive. Finally, x is equal to 14. So many people got it right. K equal to 17 and x is equal to 14. But these people have been using the method of substitution, taking positive 3, plug it into this equation. I believe it's simple as well, but this one is more logical. Substituting the value of x equal to 3 and making k the subject to get 17. Finally, substitute it back, factorize the whole quadratic equation to obtain two factors, which one is this and the second one is x minus 14. Set x minus 14 equal to 0 to obtain x is equal to 14. And this is all I have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.